Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to talk about a book that I read. It's called Letters from Father Christmas by J.R.R. Tolkien. I already read a book by him, and that is The Hobbit, which is my favorite book of all time. And so I thought, why not read some other book by this author? And I could have picked up the massive edition of Lord of the Rings that I already own, but instead I decided to read a book by Tolkien, which I don't even own. I read the ebook version of it, and it was quite short, 178 pages, I guess. And these are all letters, as the title suggests. This book has all the letters Tolkien wrote to his children. He had 4 children, so he wrote letters to them. And letters are generally easy to go through. Well, if not easy, then at least they are quicker to go through, I suppose. So first I'm going to tell you about the book. Uh, Letters from Father Christmas, as the title suggests, has letters that Tolkien wrote to his 4 children. His eldest was John, then I think was Christopher, and Michael, and finally Priscilla. And he wrote these letters for 24 years. He started in 1920 and ended in 1943. And his last letter that he wrote was to his daughter Priscilla, and how all his I think sons were grown up. Also Priscilla was also on the cusp of adulthood, I suppose. I don't really know how old his children were when they decided that they don't want to write to Father Christmas anymore. He pretended to be Father Christmas, and in his letters he would write the ongoings at his house, which is in North Pole, and about his assistant, which is a polar bear. And later on, he also takes on a secretary. He's an elf. I think his name is Elbrith. I could be wrong. I don't think that's how you pronounce that name. Letters contained the ongoings at North Pole and all the shenanigans Polar Bear would get to, and these little like creatures, all these different kind of creatures you would see at North Pole, like the elves and snow babies, gnomes, and of course the penguins as well, and of course I would say every single creature over there hated the goblins. So there was this whole battle over the goblins where all the creatures and Father Christmas decided to team up together to fight against the goblins. So that whole thing was named as Battle of the Goblins. And there's this whole lore, this whole kind of like a fantastical world, even though he was just trying so much to make his children happy that he wrote these extensive letters, these extensive stories related to it. And it's really nice. And he did that for 24 years. That's a really, really long time. Uh, and I think that he did such a great job at it because I was really enjoying these letters as well. And the lore behind these whole things, personally, when I was reading this book, I was really enjoying that. I cannot help but think that if I were the one who were receiving these letters, I would be so happy and excited every year. I would wait for this uh, one letter that Father Christmas would send me every year because of how exciting and entertaining those letters would be. And alongside with letters, he also made these beautiful he also made these beautiful pictures in over there as well, like these drawings and illustrations. Just They were just illustrations of what happened. The first one, he made the drawing of his house at North Pole, and then all the shenanigans that would happen at the house, he would draw them as well. The book actually had the original print of the letters, so there were these facsimiles and the simpler version of the letters written, because if you look at the original print of the letter, you would see that Tolkien used to write in this very squiggly writing. The squiggly writing did made it quite hard to read those letters, to the point where later on the book I was just reading the simplified version of it, because it was taking me a lot of time, and I also found that I could not zoom in into the letters for some reason. I don't know what was wrong with my phone at that time, but I wasn't able to zoom into the original letter print, the facsimile. uh, so I had to just read the simplified version of it. And what I really liked about these letters were that Tolkien used these colorful inks to make it super attractive. That, like, when you open the letter, you would feel excited about it. You would want to read it. You know, those kind of letters. And then there was also pictures, like I mentioned. They were really, really colorful, really well made, and you just want to sit down and look at every detail in the picture, because there was so much going on in those pictures as well. And I just think that this is such a wholesome thing, uh, that Tolkien used to write all these letters for his children, and he worked so hard with the stories as well. You know, and doing that for 24 years, that's a lot. I think that these letters were amazing. I had a great time reading them. And I would highly recommend that you check out as well, because it's not a long book. It's a quite a short book. You can go through it easily, and I think you'll like it. If you like Tolkien's work, I think you'll like this one as well. So, yes, thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you so much for listening to me, and I hope to see you in the next one.